Y'all look a mess. Hey, lovely A. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. Hit a like for your girl because it's free. Don't cost you nothing. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Love you. Hey, Williams Life Chronicles went, as in past tense. As in past tense. I'm about to tell you guys what happened. A like for your girl because it's free. Don't cost you nothing. We got 68 likes. Let's get the likety likes up because it's free and it don't cost you nothing. I just realized what this says. Interesting. Good morning. Hit a like for your girl because it's free. Don't cost you nothing. Hey, Drea. Good morning. My hair does grow fast, Shara. Hey, Pamela. Good morning. Hey, Diva Kia. You're welcome. I feel like I look a mess. I'm tired of shit. That's some scary shit. My son was missing for a week. Then when I found out where he was, damn. Hey, Love More. Hey, Whitney. Hey, everybody. Hit a like for your girl because the free don't cost you nothing. Okay. Thank you, Fonz. We love you and you're beautiful. Thank you. Good morning, Kaya. Actually, it's Kaya, right? I should know that because I got a kid named Kaya. Hey, Paige. Love you back, boo. Hey, Antoinette. Good morning. I like your name. Alexis, good morning, you guys. Good morning, 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 good morning to all of you guys. I had a long ass night last night. Long night. You look stressed, beautiful though. Thanks. I'm just tired. I'm tired as shit. Probably a sprinkle of stress, but I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. I really should probably try to see if I can find time to take a nap today. I need to catch up. Hey, Rel. Y'all, hit a like for your girl because it's free. Don't cost you nothing. There's 131 likes in here. I'm going to get into the story in a minute. There's almost 500 people in here. I fully expect at least half of those people to like the live. For me. Not necessarily saying that you guys like the title of this live, but you're liking the live to show support for me. Okay? A tired mama. All right? Hit a like for your girl. I don't like begging. Okay? Don't make me beg. Please, don't make me beg. What do you use on your hair? This morning I used this. Carol's daughter goddess strength, strength and length system, fortifying conditioner for weak breakage prone hair with castor oil, ginger, and black cumin seed. Love you back, Gabriella. Kids don't understand specifically being a single parent. Henny, let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna dive deep today. All right, and I'm going to go over what has happened in the last 12 hours. Okay, actually, yeah, about the last 12 hours. All right, like I said, I am exhausted. These children are gonna, it be your own kids that do it to you. You know what I'm saying? It be your own kids. There's 550 people in here. We got 200 likes. When we get to about another 100 likes, about 300 likes, we'll go ahead and get started because I do have metrics to meet at the same time. Okay. Now, this is a true life story. You can't make this shit up. That's the new slogan for my life. You can't make this shit up. Every other day, there's a curious thing of events that has happened. And I need a show, okay? I need a show, the Chrissy show. TLC, are you out there? Where are you? I need a show. Because when I tell you, this is like, this would make for some really great TV. And it's not even scripted, I promise. It's just the way my life just happens to play out. That's why everybody's like, you need to write a book. Because, honey, this shit is crazy. The shit that I endure every day is crazy. Hey, Tanya, good morning. It's sure will my son, which is autistic, cussed me out yesterday because he stole some items out my house over the weekend. Oh, my gosh. Shara, right. It is recent. Paige, love you. Your hair grew so much, mamas. Thank you for teaming. Y'all, yeah, my hair doing a little something. She doing a little puff action. Those of you who've been on my hair journey with me know that I cut it all off. I was about to say shaved it, but I didn't shave it. I cut it all off when I was in Vegas, which was, how long ago was that, y'all? About 3 years ago now. And I let it grow back, but then y'all don't know this. I cut it twice after that. Cause I didn't want to deal with it. So I let it grow out for a while and then I was like, chop, 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 chop and cut it down. I cut it again too recently, about 5 months ago. I cut it, again. And so now I'm just letting it grow. She's doing her thing. One thing you could never call me is bald. One thing I'm not going to be is bald-headed. Okay? A lot of things. But your girl got a head full of hair. Okay? Yeah, I liked that color. I want to do that again. Love your page. Give you a kiss. God, and everything will be okay. Thank you, Roz. I love you back. You're one of my... Well, hopefully she's doing better now. You can figure out how to help with whatever she's going through. Yeah, the short blonde. Good morning, sis. Continue doing you, looking beautiful as ever. Stay strong. Thank you, Tanya. Hey, Carrington. The girl, this Easter weekend been crazy for everybody. I see it. Taylor broke her foot and caught the stomach bug. Oh my God. Tell my baby I hope she feel better. Yeah, I had seen your post on Facebook, girl, and I was like, damn. But I heard a lot of accident stories about the Easter egg hunt over the weekend. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, these kids, it's competitive. Okay. Little Mel, okay. Oh my gosh. 2 with the flu. That's horrible. Thank you, Neymar. All right, y'all. So we just need a few more likes, and then we're going to get started. 600 people in the live stream. Thanks, George. Thanks, guys. Oh my goodness. I need to get my eyebrows done. Don't pay attention to my brows. Okay? Pretend we're not seeing them. I need to get them done. Somebody needs to do that cute little, what do they be doing with the dye, and they do the thing and then it stays like that. Micro blade. No, is that what it's called? Yeah, I think so. Strep is going around bad. All four of my kids got it. Did I tell y'all I had strep recently? I don't know if I told you guys that. I had strep like maybe a month ago. Worst pain of my life. I don't remember strep ever being that bad. I used to catch strep all the time as a child. I don't ever remember strep being that horrific. Like literally I went to the hospital 3 times. Like I was in so much pain. Finally, I just let them give me a shot in my ass. I was like, I just need to feel some relief. Some relief. I just can't take it no more. Please, baby, please give me some steroids or something. Girl, I couldn't even swallow. I was like, it was so horrible. I would rather have a stomach bug, or I'd rather throw up every day. Like, I would rather throw up all day for 3-4 days than fucking have a sore throat. That's the worst shit ever. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Every time I laid down, I was choking on my own tonsils. It was horrible. Like, don't take me back there. I'm getting flashes, okay? I'm traumatized permanently from that situation. Nope. The title is not clickbait, y'all. I haven't gotten into the story yet. I was just waiting to hit 300 likes. It's not clickbait, y'all. I swear I cannot make this shit up. I ain't got to click y'all, bait y'all, okay? I ain't got to click and bait y'all. I really, really had this shit happen to me last night. And, you know, I'm just coming as a mom, as a parent. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real because I was going to do a video, but I was like, you know, I don't got time to be doing a video. Let's just chat about it because let me tell you, these kids, I swear you be wanting the kids sometimes. Why? The thought process is not there with these children. They brains, I don't know, they go out the window and, you know what I'm saying? I consider myself a pretty damn good mother, all right? So it's not my fault. I'm doing the best I can. You know what I'm saying? The kids, they come out. These days, they come out not giving a damn. We're gonna get into it. They come out the womb with an iPad, with an iPhone, and on that shit. They be about their life. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Also, I want to mention something really quickly. We're about to get into it. I see we're at 300 likes. Also, I want to mention my son came home yesterday and told me that one of his classmates who he was familiar with, you know, wasn't like super close, but familiar with, like they chatted and stuff, committed S. And they were talking about it at school. And I'm mad because they didn't send out like a formal notification to the parents or anything. But everybody at school was talking about it. Like my son's teacher told him. But the school didn't put anything official together and let the parents know, you know, what was going on. I don't like that school. He won't be going back there next year. We'll talk about that in the time. I don't like that school. Because, see, what you're not going to do is have a situation happen and nobody knows what the fuck's going on. What? Who does that? At my other kid's school, a little girl passed around Christmas because she got into a car accident outside of school, obviously. But they still let everybody know what was going on. Like, what? Anyway. Yes, prayers for the babies at the school. Yep. Just prayers for all our babies. Because we're living in a scary time right now. Like, and I had to talk to Cadence about that. So anyway, let's get into it. So, I shit you not, you guys. My daughter did go missing yesterday, okay, for a short period of time, but it was enough for me to literally lose my shit. freak out. I mean, I kept it cool because you in a situation, in a crisis situation or emergency situation, the worst thing you could do is freak out. But I was literally freaking out on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you the story. Y'all tell me if y'all ever had anything like this happen to you or whatever. Okay. So yesterday, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Judge your mama. Don't judge me. But so yesterday, Cadence calls me, right? And she's like, Mom, can I stay after school because I want to go to the baseball game? Cadence got this little boyfriend or whatever at school, and he plays baseball. So she likes to be supportive and watch him play baseball, whatever the fuck. Cadence don't even know nothing about no damn baseball, but whatever. So I said, yeah, she could stay. I was like, make sure you have your location on. What time does it start? What time does it end? Do I need to pick you up? Are you gonna get a ride? And whatever. So she's like, oh no. She's like, I'm not gonna say his name, but the friend's parents, who are cool, they're generally cool people. His dad is a cop, like I'm familiar with them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take her home. Fine. Now that's where I fucked up because I should have double checked that, but I didn't. My bad, my mistake. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds good to me. You know, she's went to the baseball game before. We haven't had any problems. Fine. So around the time, you know, I checked her location. She was there where she's supposed to be. Teenagers, you just gotta make sure. So, you know, around the time it's supposed to be over, I check her location again, right? Before I call. And she at 7-Eleven, right? She at the corner store, which that store is right by their school. They go to that store on a regular basis. Like Cadence's campus is open campus, so they are allowed to leave and come back. Hold on a second. Who is it? I'm on the live stream. Hold on. I hate when they do that. They do that to me too. They didn't bring a straw. But what was I gonna say? Thank you, Kim. Hey, boo. So what was I gonna say? Where was I at? So yeah, she's at the course. So they're allowed to leave and go back to the campus, but now we're after school hours anyway. So she wasn't supposed to leave that school. That's the thing. That's problem number one. Okay. Nobody gave you permission to go to 7-Eleven. I don't care if you're allowed to go to 7-Eleven on lunch break. And Cadence don't even be leaving the campus on her lunch break on a regular basis anyway. So why were you at 7-Eleven? For what? You ain't got no money. You didn't ask me for the money. What's going on? So she's at 7-Eleven. So I'm calling her, right? And at first she didn't pick up. I called her twice. She didn't pick up. So now I'm getting ready to get in the car. I'm getting ready to drive down there. Because what are you doing? Where are we at? What's going on here? You're not where you said you were going to be. You're supposed to be at the school. Now you're at 7-Eleven. It's getting dark. What we doing here? So she didn't answer. I waited about 5 minutes. She's still there. I'm watching her, right? She calls me back. And she's okay. So the issue was the boyfriend's, I use that term so loosely right now, parents, I guess, couldn't give her a ride. But nobody called me. Like, she didn't call me. Nobody called me. I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. Well, I'll come get you. It's not a big deal. But, and then she was like, well, no, my other friend, no. I'm like, Cadence, listen, it's okay, right? I'll come get you. So what ended up happening, though, was during the conversation, or at some point, her phone died, right? Again, I don't understand why you're walking around with 5%. I don't understand what's going on. As many of those battery pack things that we have, why are you not prepared? You know? Anyway, so her phone ends up dying. And so then I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to go, right? Go up there. I go up there. She's not there. She's not there, right? I'm laughing now, but it's not funny. I go up there, she's not fucking there, y'all. So I'm freaking out because now her phone is dead. I don't have her location. Her last location was like across the street from the corner store. And it's like my baby disappeared into thin air, right? So I'm like, it's dark now, right? And I live in an area where I'm on the outskirts of the city. I love living in the outskirts of the city. Like, I don't like being in anybody's city. I'm in the suburbs, pushed back on the outside. So although this area is built up a little bit, there are still fields. There's at night, there's no fucking street lights anywhere. It's dark. And my daughter has no sense of fucking direction. She doesn't know, she don't walk nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why would she leave? Why would she leave this store? You know what I'm saying? Like, where would she go, right? So I'm like trying to figure it out, right? So I get into her Instagram. I message her best friend. And I'm like, hey, when's the last time you talked to her? And she was like, oh, earlier, you know. So I had talked to her since, they hadn't talked since earlier. So I was like, okay, give me the boyfriend's number, right? So I call him and I'm like, where's my kid? Like, she was here the last time I talked to her. Her location pinged across the street and she's nowhere to be found. It's dark and she has no phone. She's by herself. What's going on? When's the last time you saw her? And he's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. He was like, she was at the store. He's like, I think that she was trying to walk. I'm like, walk where? We in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. What are you talking about walk? There's nothing but fields, grass, windy roads, and darkness back here. What the fuck do you mean she walked? You know what I'm saying? Walked where? So, he's like, I don't know, you know, whatever. So, 14-year-old boys, they don't know shit. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to call the police because my daughter's not gonna be out here being lost. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do that. So I was like, okay, let me look around, let me drive around and see if I can find her. I couldn't find my kid. She was nowhere to be found. So I'm driving around, 15 minutes go by, up and down. I'm not finding her. It's dark. It's dark. I'm scared at this point. I'm scared for her. So, and I still don't know where she's at. You know, phone's still dead, whatever. So I call my sister and I'm like, listen, Cadence is missing. I can't find her. She was supposed to be up here at this store. She's gone, right? No trace of her. Nobody's seen her. Nobody's heard from her. I love how you tell a story because I'm at the edge of my seat listening. Girl, I'm trying to tell you. So my sister is like, as soon as I called her, I texted her because she didn't answer the first time. I'm like, oh my God, call me ASAP. Cadence is missing. I can't find her. So she's like, what the fuck you mean you can't find her? She's like, I'm getting in the car right now. So she packs up my nephews, gets in the car and speeds. You know, I'm like, I'm going to meet you at the house in case she's at the house. So I go to the house. I meet her at the house. I get out. I jump in her car and we're driving, right? My nephew's in the back calling her, blowing her up. Next thing you know, he sends a message and it delivers, right? He's like, her phone has to be charged now because my messages went through. So I call her and she's like, hello? I'm like, hello? Where are you? Like, what happened? Like, everybody's been looking for you. Mind you, this is about an hour. An hour of time had passed from the time I talked to her last and she was gone off the map on my Find My to when I talked to her. So I'm literally thinking, my God, my kid could be in somebody's field, somebody's basement. This is a Lifetime movie playing out right now. So I'm like, where the fuck are you? Like, what happened? Like, why would you walk? Where are you go? Like, you know, I have all these questions. I'm like, where are you right now? I don't know. What the fuck you mean you don't know? I don't know. Well, how did you get there? I don't know. Well, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Okay, send me your location right now. So she's like, okay. So she sends me the location. My sister drives over there. And she's like, she's at somebody's house. Excuse my fucking French. She at some fucking white people's house. And I'm like, who are these people? She's like, I don't know. I just walked up here and asked if I could use their charger. And I'm like, first of all, let's back up. My daughter left 7-Eleven, right? Even after I told her, I'll come get you. Decided that the smartest thing to do possibly would be to leave the 7-Eleven where it's lit and it's a public area, not call me from the 7-Eleven phone, not ask somebody at the 7-Eleven, the guy in the behind, do you got a charger? I'm stranded. I didn't come, whatever. None of that. None of that went through the brain. Her first thought was to leave, walk in the middle of pitch black dark to a random neighborhood in the opposite direction from which we live, and walk up to some random white people and say, may I please use your charger? Do you have an iPhone charger I can use? I'm going to tell you something. If I didn't flash right then and there, you better be glad I love my daughter. Because I was like, why on God's green earth would you think that that was something smart to fucking do? Don't ever do no dumbass shit like that again. You walked from a safe place, okay, all the way. She wanted to have to be about a 15-20 minute walk down. I mean, I'm 32 years old. I wouldn't have even walked down there. What? There wasn't not one street light. Me and my sister were going through there like, I can't believe she walked through here. Like, you got a set of balls, girl. What the hell? So, all the way home, I'm like, so you didn't think to call me from the 7-Eleven and ask to use their phone? She's like, I don't know your number by heart. You don't know my number by heart? You don't know your grandmother's number by heart? You don't know your auntie's number by heart? Girl, you got to know somebody's number by heart. Huh? You just coasting through life. If there's ever any type of emergency, you don't have your phone, somebody takes your phone, whatever, you can't call for help. No sense of direction. She just walking in the middle of blind dark because she was going the opposite direction of where we live. And I'm like, you can't do things like that. You just can't do things like that. Okay? Thank God she was okay. She was safe, because that could have ended up really bad. I'm like, Cadence, you have to think of things like this. Number one, this world is crazy. Number two, we live in a part of town where there's no buildings. I mean, there's buildings, but there's not a lot of buildings. There's a lot of fields. You could be in one of these basements somewhere and nobody will know where you're at. Nobody's going to see you. Nobody's going to hear you out here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could pick you up, throw you in their van, snatch you up, take you to their house out here in one of these little, fields or something, and baby, we'll never see you again. Don't ever do no shit like that. So anyway, now she's probably more petrified than she was before, because me and my sister are like, oh my God, don't ever do that again. So, but then in the midst of that, like when we were still looking for her, my nephews, who are older than her, not by much, but they're a few years older than her, are pissed at the boyfriend. From a boy standpoint, they like, this motherfucker left my cousin at the store. So let me back up. I'm jumping all over the place. I'll read y'all comments in a second. So so Cadence's little boyfriend, like I said, I use that term loosely. I told you he left with his parents from the school, right? So I guess before Cadence called me, she called him, was like, damn, like, I guess because their plan didn't work out for her to get a ride with them or whatever. I don't know. And so instead of calling me first, she called him first. It was like, yeah, so I'm at the 7-Eleven, and he was like, okay, I guess he left he was already his parents dropped him off at home. He lives right by the gas station and walked from his house to where Cadence was. And I guess by this time her phone had already died. She had called me and I'm like, okay, I'll come get you. Her phone had died. This dude is there, and together there was no brain activity there. And so I guess at that point, she decided, or he decided, I don't know, whatever the fuck happened. He decided she was good. He was like, okay, you good? Your phone is dead. You good to go, right? And she was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. And he left her. He left her at the gas station and went home. And he left her by herself. First problem. Rule number one, you're not allowed to talk to him no more. Because why you leave my baby by herself? Okay? You don't even know. They didn't, like, why you leave her in the dark by herself? Okay? So my nephews are pissed. They already found him on Instagram, and they like, I'ma fuck you up when I see you. Excuse my French, but this is a real ass story, okay? They like, I'ma fuck you up when I see you because you left my cousin at that gas station by herself. She's a girl. It's dark. Her phone was dead. She was by herself. They not having it. They're like, we catching the hands the ones when I see you, okay? All right, it's on and popping. So now homeboy's scared. He's scared. My nephews was on his ass. All three of them in the back. Calling, messaging, I'm gonna fuck you up. Why you leave my cousin? Like that, we all freaking out, right? This is before we found her. But still, they was still mad that he had left her by herself. And so he's like, what? No, I didn't, it wasn't like that. He was scared. And I was like, okay, y'all. After we found out, I was like, okay, y'all can chill out, whatever. So we get home. And he's calling my phone, the little boy. And he's like, I just want to tell you like what was going on. And I was like, no. What we're not going to do is start fabricating stories and coming up with lies. Because he didn't want to get in trouble because he wasn't supposed to leave his house. Once he got dropped off by his parents, he was supposed to be staying there. But because Cadence called, he went to the little store with her. And her phone was dead. And I'm like, where you fucked up at is number one. I'm like, I'm going to talk to Cadence because she fucked up too. Here's your fuck up. You're a young man, right? This supposed to be your girlfriend. You left my baby at the store. My nephews is mad because from a boy standpoint, from a young man standpoint, you should have never left her by herself, right? And if it was a problem or whatever, you should have took, if you couldn't, I understand. I don't want her at his house either, but if it's an emergency situation and her phone is dead and she knows no numbers, she can't even use your phone because she doesn't know my number or whatever, then at that point, you take her phone, you go charge it, tell her to stay here. I'll go charge your phone for a few minutes so you can get into your phone, call your mom, whatever, or, call your parents and do something. But you don't just be like, you got it? You good, right? All right, I'm out. Like, what? You already broke your parents' rules by leaving the house. So why the fuck would you break your parents' rules, go to the gas station, and then continue, and then just leave? Like, you might as well have stayed there at that point, So, anyway, my nephews were pissed about that. And hell, I was mad about that too. But it was funny. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. You know what I'm saying? They was really serious. And so, when we got home, we had a long talk, me, my sister, my nephews, and, I put all the kids in the room together and we had a long talk about, safety. You need to know your address. You need to know. I'm like, Cadence, do I need to put a sticker on the back of your bag every morning when you leave the house? If found, please contact my mommy. Like, what the fuck? You're 14 now. You're in high school. You're too big for this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, just next time, be patient. I said I was going to come get you. Don't leave before, I get there. If your phone is dead, you need to always stay in a well-lit public area if you can. You know what I'm saying? And let's just do better next time. Because I about had a mini heart attack. We don't need to be doing that to mom. Okay, mom has a lot already on her plate. We don't need to be going missing and walking to strangers' houses. I'm like, you're lucky you didn't walk up to a weirdo's house and then they say, yeah, sure, sweetie, come on in the house, and you would have never seen the light of day again. I watch too many Lifetime movies. Read too many stories online. I'm not for all that. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. That's just whatever. Whew. These kids, I had to have a double shot last night, straight, no chaser. After that, I was like, this is crazy. Okay. And I told the little boy, I was like, listen, honey, you fucked up by leaving her there. And my nephews won't get at your ass. But I'm going to handle that situation and you're going to be all right? You good. You're going to be safe. Don't do that again with anybody. I don't care what little girl it is. Don't ever do no shit like that. You're supposed to be a young man. Act like it. Otherwise, you're not old enough to be dating. I told Cadence the same thing. Y'all not old enough to do the date thing. You're not mature enough yet. You're not mature enough, obviously, to stay behind after school and do after school activities or stay and watch after school activities. And you're not mature. Y'all not mature enough to be dating because there's no There was a miscommunication breakdown with the parent thing. There was a miscommunication breakdown with the, it was too much miscommunication. So I'm like, it's not going to work. Plus, why would you ever want to date somebody who's going to leave you by yourself in the dark with a dead phone? No, it's not okay. So anyway, I'm going to read some of y'all's comments. That's my story, y'all. Craziness. These kids, they stress you. Yeah, I'm so happy that she's okay. Yes, that's right. Keep it at friends. Correct. It's not his fault. He probably was thinking about getting in trouble. Right. He was thinking about getting in trouble. And it's not his fault. I didn't blame him. I told him it's not your fault. But he did fuck up. And when you see something like that, it's important to catch it and let them know. First of all, that's exactly what it was. He was afraid of getting into trouble. So I get that. As kids, they're more concerned about themselves than anything else out there. So he's a child at the end of the day, so I don't expect him to think like a grown man would think. My position is this. I'm not raising Kingston to think that that's okay either. Because even though, I would be on his ass about defying my rules, if he were to tell me like, yeah, but she was there by herself, her phone was dead, da-da-da-da-da, I'm going to give an exception for that. You might have to pay for whatever rule you broke, but to make sure that a young lady makes it safely home, people are dying every day. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm raising my boys to be the type that's going to stand up and do what's right, even if it means you had to break my rules a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, it's not his fault. The whole situation, I don't blame him for this whole situation. I blame Cadence for leaving in the first place, not having her phone charged, things like that. But as a young man, if you're going to be, at this stage in the game, it's time to learn these lessons so that when you get older, as you grow, you learn, okay, I bet you he'll never do that shit again. I bet you he won't never do that shit again. Okay. And Cadence too. I bet you she won't ever do that shit again either. And now she's on punishment for leaving. And I have her phone. So she's on a little bit of a punishment right now. But at the end of the day, it was a lesson learned for everybody on both sides, both her side and his side. That's it. She's learning and growing, right? Welcome, everyone. Be sure. Yep. Thank you. He just needs some guidance. And the fact his dad is a cop is crazy, right? I hit this fast because I work on missing people and unsolved cases. See, I agree, Kim. I was saying dating unchaperoned. Exactly true. Why did his parents just leave her there? So that was my thing too, because like like I said, her and this little boy have been talking for a while now, right? So this is not the first baseball game of his that she's went to, and this is not the first time, like that she's that she said that she got a ride from them because she want to ride with whatever. So I was under the impression that it was like, I guess they didn't have time or something like that. But at that point, just call me. You know what I'm saying? Call your mother. It's not a big deal. Actually, I should have probably been sitting outside that fucking school waiting for her anyway. So, and I like I said, I'm a big girl. I wear my big girl drawers every day. When I get up, I put my big girl panties on. So I probably dropped the ball a little bit too, because I'm like, okay, well, we've done this before. This will be fine. So it just was from the beginning. It was just a recipe for disaster. So we're going to change some things going forward. Going forward, if I allow her to do things like that, I'm going to be the one picking her up or dropping her off. And not only that, she won't be doing this for a while because she really, everybody had anxiety. Everybody was upset. We were worried sick. This was dangerous. If you don't know your address and you can't even remember at least one important contact out of your phone, you don't need to be going anywhere anyway, because anything can happen. And, so his parents may have been totally unaware of their supposed involvement. I don't think they pre-planned to ask the parents to arrange that. I think that they were just like, hey, can you? And they were like, no, we're busy. We have things to do. We can't. I'm not that type of parent, but I can't make somebody do something or not. I don't care. Like if it was me and Cadence asked me to take her friend home, even if I had somewhere to go, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna drop you off on my way. I want to make sure you get home safe. I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? Cadence knows that her friends can jump in my car and I will take them as long as their parents say it's okay. I don't transport kids without their parents' permission. But in a situation like this, your phone is dead. You could at least sit in my car and charge your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to sit up here and just leave you like, fuck you, bye, I gotta go. Like, you know, but they probably didn't know the severity of the situation. And like I said, at the time, her phone wasn't even dead. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't put this on them because I know how these kids do. They be planning shit behind your back. Next thing you know, it's last minute. It's like, you should have told me that up front. I didn't plan for this. My kids do that to me all the time. Kingston called me the other day from school. He wanted to try out for soccer. He needed cleats and a physical, and soccer tryouts were the same day. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. That's not how we do things around here. You need to give me some time. You need to give me a couple days, weeks notice. I know they advertise soccer tryouts weeks before the actual tryout date. Why did you wait till the day of to have put it all on me? Kids do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they get a pleasure out of seeing parents stress and sweat, but they do. I can't explain it. But it sounds like, oops, this is going fast. His parents were weird. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Single parents are very underrated. We do a whole lot, even when another child has both parents. Exactly. My kids stay doing the same thing, period. My 13-year-old did the same thing with them cleats. I'm telling you. Yeah, my daughter would no longer go out with dude, and the parents is unacceptable. Sorry. Listen, like I said, I'm not that type of parent. I'm not going to do that, especially of my son. And me and my sister were asking our boys, we're like, what would you guys do in this situation? And they were like, oh, no, I'm staying. I'm staying. And Kingston was like, if I didn't know what to do, he's like, I would call you, Mom. And then my nephew, who's about the same age, he was like, I would do the same thing. He's like, or I would call you and be like, can you pick us up? Like, we got to think on our toes. You know what I'm saying? Kids need to be prepared for those types of things. Don't leave your girl behind. Don't leave your girl for dead. He left you for dead, sis. It's not that deep, but it is. You feel me? You know, these kids, you know, they growing up fast, and, you know, they want the responsibility of dating and boyfriend, girlfriend, and da-da-da-da-da. But this ain't the same world we lived in when we were 14 and 15 and 16. You guys have to understand, things are going a lot differently these days. So it's important to, you know, I don't, there's no room for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit is just common basic knowledge. So, yeah. You would think parenting gets easier when they get older, but it doesn't. It's harder. Right. No, it doesn't. Each stage of parenting has its own set of bullshit that comes with it. They're newborns. They stay up all fucking night. You get no sleep. They're toddlers. They're in everything. They're driving you fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then they start talking, and then they want to try to tell you no and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Then they start school, and then they, you know, go to middle school, and then you have high school, and then it probably never fucking ends. You know, shit. I'm sure my mom still could tell you some shit about me, like, girl, you know, I did tell my mom the other day, I am 32. I'm in my 30s. I'm grown. But that parenting never stops, okay? Hi, Mrs. O. Right, mine are grown. More kids, wife, etc. Yes, I agree with that. Parents can be weird. He probably felt bad when they said no to giving her a ride, and he had to leave her behind. I don't think he felt bad, because I talked to him and he was like, he's a boy. Boys, you know, men, boys, whatever, are very much so surface. It's not as deep to them. You know what I'm saying? If he was like, oh, I asked and they said, no, you gonna be all right? You gonna be straight? And if Cadence was like, yeah, I'll be fine, then he would probably like, all right. She said, you gonna be good? Yep, I'm out. Talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that deep. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was like, oh, it's fine. And then when she called, he was like, oh, I mean, he tried. You know, he tried a little bit. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna sneak out the house and come to the store. You know what I'm saying? But he fucked up when he left. Like, if he was gonna be there, you might as well have stayed, buddy. Might as well have stayed. But, you know, we do things a little differently in my family. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they do it everywhere. Maybe that's not a universal thing. Maybe I'm new to the world, and, you know, I don't know. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not raising my boys to do that. Like, I would never want my kids to sneak out. But if it's a situation where, like, okay, you know, this little girl could be in danger, or this little girl is stranded or stuck. I expect all my kids to do what's right. What is right? What is the right thing to do? That's why I used this as an example last night to ask my son, what would he do in a situation like that? And he's like, I would call you, Mom. But my nephew said the same thing. He's like, Mom, I'm calling you to pick us up, okay? Or I'm calling. Boys do that. They're going to call. They're going to be like, hey, Mom, don't know what to do here. Girls are more like, I'm going to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sticking beside my friend, right? The older they are, you worry different because they are grown. Mine are both over 25, and I have a son-in-law, too. He's now my third child. That's cute. I'm the parent that if I allow you to go, I'm going to at a young age. Because, wait, hold on. Because this world is crazy, right? Kim said she definitely blaming the parents. That's me and my mom. Like, girl, I'm 33, married with 3 kids. She don't give a fuck. I'm still her baby, right? My mom will tell me that, like, you still my baby. So, whatever, you know. Get out of here. Can you give me a shout out? Hey, shout out to Maya. Yeah. Definitely going to call Mom, right? Definitely. Right. I would have had to have a few shots. Girl, I did. My baby was lost for a whole hour, I thought. Well, she really was. Not even thought. And I'm like, Cadence. She just sitting there like, I'm like, Cadence, you walked about 4 miles. I don't know. I'm just estimating. From that 7-Eleven, girl. If you would have got picked up by somebody, if somebody would have picked your ass up, we would not have known. There was no buildings. I'm like, there's no street cameras. There's no buildings with a possible security system on it to catch like there was nothing over here but darkness. Like we would have just been like, oh my God, the last time she was seen was at 7-Eleven. And now we don't know where the fuck she went. We don't know which direction she went in. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing but fields and housing subdivisions. It's like, we would have never been able to find you. You have to think like that. And I hate to say that, but that's the world that we live in. You have to think that everybody's your enemy. Everybody's out to get you. Everybody will try to snatch you up, put you in their car, take you to their basement and do bad things to you. I mean, you just have to think like that. And like I said, it's sad. It's kind of depressing, but that's literally the way that it is. I would have been too fucking scared to leave. I don't even know where she got that. I don't even know why she did that. And then I was like, you didn't think to ask the people at 7-Eleven? 7-Eleven doesn't have a phone. Girl, huh? 7-Eleven doesn't have a phone. Every business establishment in America has a phone. How the hell did what? And she's like, well, I asked for a charger, and then he took me to the chargers that you have to buy, and my Cash App was locked, and my phone was dead, and so you just left. You just decided to leave. Like, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to figure this out. And I'm going to go walk some miles in the dark and go to a random white person's door and say, can I use your iPhone charger, please? And it is 9 o'clock or whatever time it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Have kids, they say. It'll be fun, they say. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-mm. I ain't had fun yet. When does the fun start? Because it's not been fun for me at all. I'm joking, but still, like, that's how I was feeling last night. Like, what? This can't possibly be my daughter. Because I know I had more common sense than that when I was 14. Nowadays, the phone thinks for them. The algorithm thinks for them. They don't think for themselves, and it's obvious. Like, what the fuck? We're going to have a talk. We're going to have to really have a talk. And we did. Okay? Like, we spent about an hour, like, just, okay, so this didn't make sense. That didn't make sense. You need to know your address. You need to know this. So she's out of school today. They don't have school. So today she's going to be writing over and over our address, my phone number, her grandmother's phone number, her auntie's phone number, all of the important things. She's going to write it. As soon as she gets up, she's going to be writing over and over and over until she fucking gets it. Because there's no way. My 6-year-old knows our address. And he's 6. My 6-year-old can call me. Mommy, where are you? Why would you not know your phone number? I mean, your mom's phone number. Like, girl, that should be, if you don't know any other number by heart, you should always know that. So my mom, I didn't call her during this situation. I'm like, let me make sure she's actually fucking lost before I call my mom and worry her. She's 67 years old. I don't want to, I don't want to do that to her. I know how I feel, and my mom will take it a step further and have FBI at my house in 5 minutes. I was like, let's form a search party and figure this whole thing out and see what's going on. If we still can't find her, I'm going to call my mom. So after everything died down, after my sister and my nephews left, I sat down and I called my mom and I told her, and my mom was like, wow. She's like, does she even know her last name at this point? How the fuck do you not know your address, your mother's number, anything? She's like, I'm concerned. Does she know who she is? Like, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to tell you. Do you know your name? Yeah, do you know my name? Or is it just mom to you? You don't know my name? Oh, okay. Like, what is going on? She's like, I was like, it's like when you get even toddlers these days, they'll be like, my name is such and such. My mom's name is such and such. I live at 1234 Main Street. Like, come on now. Oh my God. That's my child. I'm going to stick beside her, but that's a little embarrassing and a lot dangerous. So anyway, she has proven to me, to sum this all up, she's proven to me that she's not mature enough or responsible enough to do extracurricular activities outside of my supervision. If I can't make it, or if I can't take her there, or if I can't pick her up, she's no longer allowed to go until she is more mature. And she earns that. And what's funny is that I regularly have talks with my kids, okay? I'm that parent. I'm going to sit you down. We're going to have those conversations. All right? And we just had a conversation of trust, because I want to make sure that we leave those lines of communication open. I want to be able to trust you. You should be able to trust me. And we should be able to communicate and have that open dialogue there, right? So we just had this discussion about it. And I explained to her, but she should have already known, but you never know. I don't assume shit with these kids. Obviously, they don't know. I assume she knew her address. I won't be assuming shit with her anymore. But I told her, I was like, trust has to be earned. It's not gained. You don't just get trust. Even you as my daughter, right? I don't trust anybody. You have to earn that, right? So that when you earn it from me, then I will allow you to do this or do that, because I trust that you are responsible enough to make the best decisions possible, or, to communicate with me when necessary, which is all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that has to be earned. So if you don't earn it, you don't have it. I don't give it to you, and you never can do anything or whatever. We just had this discussion. And so in the car last night on the way back to the house, I'm like, we literally just had this discussion. You have to earn. If I can't trust that you can stay where you're supposed to be at, because like I said, she shouldn't have left the school, but I understand, if the school is closed or whatever, it might be dark, whatever. I don't know. She may have felt safer at the 7-Eleven. But even if that's the case, you don't just continue to, leave from every place that you're supposed to be at with a dead phone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I can't trust that you can make the best decision possible. I can't trust that. So no longer will you be able to have that leeway. I gave you an inch, you took a mile, right? So anyway, so now she's on what's it called with the thing, and I better not hear that boy's name. I better not hear her talking about that motherfucker at all. You won't be seeing him. You could say hi in the hallway, hi. That's it. You won't be supporting him at no baseball games, girl. No. All that's dead. Okay. And hopefully my nephews never catch up with him, because if so, Same. Phones taking over, kids don't know. Like, right, exactly. I'm a school nurse. I lean on my third, fourth, and fifth graders when I ask for mom or dad's name or number. Right. No, call you right away and say she gonna be at 7-Eleven if her phone didn't die till exactly, Shara. She should have called me right away. And when I talked to her, told her, stay right there. I'm on my way. I'm coming. Right? She didn't even mention that her phone was going to die. You know what I'm saying? And then literally 5 minutes later, I'm checking her. I have the iPhone, my iPhone up, and it pings to across the street in the field. I call, I'm calling. I'm heading out the door. She's not answering the phone. Her phone is going to voicemail. And at that point, I'm like, the fuck wrong with her? What the fuck's wrong with my own child? I know I'm not the only parent who be like, what the fuck? You get that shit from your daddy. Okay? That's the daddy side coming through. Because our side over here, we don't move like that. Okay? I don't tell them this, but I be thinking that shit, bro. I be thinking it. I'm like, look, that's them. That's them folks over there. Because they not all there. Because we don't move like this. You know, you ever just look at your child and be like, yep, he his daddy's son. Mm-hmm. Yep, yes he is. Because ain't no motherfucking way. You got that shit from me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's your daddy. Oh my God. That's my favorite line. That's their side, period. I don't never claim that. That's on them. As a parent, I would never leave a child by themselves. I ask, are her parents on the way? Yeah. And how long before they get there? Even if I didn't feel like giving a ride, I still... Damn, I lost it. But I got what you were trying to say. Same. I'm not that parent. And I'm not a fan of putting kids in my car without their parents knowing or being like, okay for that. But if in an emergency situation, I don't care if I have somewhere to go. It could wait, especially if it's a girl. I don't care if it's even a boy. Like if it was reversed and it was me, like I said, I'd have been like, hey, where do you live? Okay, your phone's dead. Okay, get in the car. Let me just take you over here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that he got home safe or they got home safe, because it's crazy out here. I'm too afraid to do some shit like that. Because if something were to happen to one of my kids' friends, because I was too busy to just take the 2 seconds to be like, okay, let's figure out what's going on with you. I would never forgive myself for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the type of parent that's going to do that. That's going to just be like, oh, I'm busy. I can't. But again, you know, if I'm like, okay, you have it figured out, you good, like, you know, and you tell me yes, then I'm gonna take you for what you said. You know what I'm saying? I don't say. Right. Hi, D. Oh, what happened? I didn't see her comment. Parallelism. My son, oh, here it goes. My son went missing for real. Left home twice in 2 days last week. I'm still not right behind it all. Currently in bed at 12 p.m. I had to call the police both times. Oh my God. I'm sorry that happened to you. Did you find him? I hope he's safe. As parents, we assume our oldest is more mature than all our kids. You'd be surprised that the younger ones are better at making decisions. Yeah. Like I would like Kaya, she's 10, she's about to be 11 next month. And Kaya would never. Kaya would just never. Hold on one second. Yes. Hold on a second. Oops. What the hell? Onyx said Blaze hit him. I said, tell him not to do that or he's not going to the park. We about to get ready to go to the park, y'all. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood and we about to go let off some steam, get some exercise, take in some fresh air, and get that done for the day. And then I'm going to get back here and edit some content for you guys. These teens are so oblivious to reality. They are. They live in some type of fantasy fairy tale world. And that's what I was telling Cadence last night. I'm like, you got to stop living in this fantasy world where you're untouchable and nothing bad can happen to you. Because we know every day somebody's dying or somebody's getting hurt or somebody is abducted. Especially when we were in Texas, almost every day, we would get missing kids Amber Alerts all the time, all the time. And every time I would get those, I would tell the kids, like, see, this little girl, this little boy got abducted or is missing. I don't ever want to have to do that from any of my kids, God forbid. But it's like the training starts at home. I'm like, obviously, I'm putting you back into training, girlfriend. We're going to figure some shit out because I can't have you out here doing that type of shit. It's just dangerous. My granddaughter got lost once, and that's all I got to say about that. Arizona is the worst. I've heard about Arizona. Yes, that's so true. I still don't leave my oldest child home by himself. Things are too dangerous, right? These days, running around from home. Yep. Yes, it's very dangerous in the real world, and people play games, period. I'm like, I hate to say this, but in this world, like I said, nobody's got your best interest at heart. If you can't trust your family, you know what I'm saying? Don't go out here trying to trust people that you don't even know. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. A lot of these people are sick, like sick in the brain. You know what I'm saying? They shooting up schools. They're hurting little kids. They're, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, anyway, y'all, I just wanted to share that with you guys because, it's one of the trials and tribulations of having kids and more specifically teenagers. So all of my teen moms, my teen having moms on here, I know y'all feel me, okay? If you ever had a teenager, I know you fucking understand because that was some crazy shit. And I can't, Cadence is generally a good kid. She's a teenager, she does dumb shit like teenagers do. And we just handle it, learn from it, move on. But so that's what we're going to do with this situation. But, I know somebody can relate because, come on now. Come on now. Many heart attack. Thanks for sharing with us. Thank God Cadence is okay. You're welcome. Thank you for that. Yes. Glad to see this live. Smart trackers. Oh, that's another thing. They do have smart trackers. I'm going to, what is those things called? AirTag. I'm about to tag my daughter. Okay. Put a tag right on. I'm going to embed it in her legs. Like, I'm not going to embed it, but I'm about to put a tracker on her because she's lost the phone. I have the phone. And yeah. Oh, one last thing. This is funny. I'm just going to add this and I'm going to get the fuck up out of here because I got to take my kids to the park. So I have Cadence's phone, right? But I have her Instagram logins anyway. So I was still logged in from last night and she's not, like I said, she has her computer, her school computer, and I have the phone, but she still she might have actually not used the school computer for that. She probably used the Alexa, which I'm about to take that shit next because you ain't going to get, If I said no social media, no social media will be happening. So I took so anyway, I think she was on her Alexa, got into her Instagram account, her Instagram account. She contacted her best friend, was like, tell the boyfriend to message me on here, right? So the boyfriend, she was like, oh, I'm sorry about everything. She it was just a mess. Like, I apologize. Like, Cadence is apologizing, which, whatever. And he said, nah, fuck all that. She didn't get it because I know she was asleep at that hour because I was up. But he was like, nah, fuck all that. He was pissed because I'm telling you, my nephew's got in that ass. That motherfucker was scared. He was scared. He's probably mad. But anyway, she won't be talking to him because I'm taking that Alexa out of her room. But anyway, you guys, I thought that was funny. He was like, nah, fuck all that. He said, bitch, you about to get me fucked up out here. You really about to have your big cousins come and fuck me up over you. I'm sorry. Now can laugh because this shit was crazy. And these kids these days, the way they be talking, I don't remember talking like that when I was 14. I know I tried to sneak and cuss and shit. Okay. But my God. Nah, fuck all that. He was like, I ain't trying to I'm not hearing it. You about to get me run up and done up. Okay? Over you. And my daughter said that she's like, I apologize. He's like, no. I know he wanted to be like, nah, bitch. Fuck you. I'd have to fuck him up if he would have called my daughter a bitch. But I'm just saying, you know what baby wanted to say for real. I mean, this is how my brain works. Okay. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share with y'all. Have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed, and productive day. I'm going to get some content out for you guys, hopefully by tomorrow. I'm going to take it easy this morning because I had a rough night last night, okay? About didn't lost my goddamn child. All right? I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see y'all later.